Hello, so by the time you're watching this, it'll be 2018 in Australia. It'll probably be 2017 in America. Anyway, I thought to celebrate the coming and going of another year, I would compile a list, right, of what's happened in this year. Very original concept. Never been done before. Let's go. Right, so in January of 2017, we started off with a very, with a bang. We have PewDiePie saying 18, followed by a questionable word. 18! 18! 18, nigga! Now this isn't the last time we're gonna hear about this. I wish it was. And following up on the 7th, we have Salt Bae, the meme that came and went in like a week. And then we have What in Tarnation, the meme that lasted surprisingly long. And then on the 21st, Donald Trump was inaugurated as President of the United States. We're off to a banging start. And then we have the expanding brain meme, the roll safe tapping the temple meme, Cash Me Outside, it had its peak. And then to finish it all off, Club Penguin had its final day on the 30th of January. So basically, PewDiePie influenced all of YouTube for the worst, indefinitely. Donald Trump was inaugurated, Danielle Bregoli came about, and Club Penguin shut down, all within the space of 30 days. Lads, we are off to one hell of a start here. My first video in 2017 was Internet Idiocy BuzzFeed, the first one where I show my face. Not a good time. It was only downhill from there. Yeah, the face reveal video, that was good. Smile and wave goodbye every time. And now in February we have this bird, which I never really understood, and this blinking guy. And then the Wall Street Journal catches on to PewDiePie and rip YouTube. It was not good. His YouTube Red Show was cancelled, kicked out of the Disney office, and rip Revel mode. And all our money. Thank you. And meanwhile in this month, I uploaded a staggering once, and it wasn't good. Why did people let me hold a camera back then? I shouldn't have been allowed. And not to mention that every day I was losing subs at a steady pace. Not a good month for me. Smile and wave goodbye every time. In March, Nintendo released the Nintendo Switch, and people tasted the cartridges.
Sup YouTube, today we are going to taste test Nintendo Switch cartridges. Let's do this.
There's also this meme. Who's ever used it? And meanwhile in this month, I was even worse than before, somehow. It was the month of the V-neck and eye bleeding, and I was still losing subs. Smile and wave goodbye every time. And now in the midst of the adpocalypse, the ad crisis, all of us YouTubers left out in the cold, right? There was one ad to save them all. The Kendall Jenner Pepsi ad. Masterpiece. And now basically this more than questionable ad just featured Kendall Jenner walking up to some police officers during a protest and handing them a Pepsi. And it was all better. Great ad. And then we had Content Cop Tana Mojo, which, honestly, I thought it was last year. Am I alone? I don't know, it just feels like a 2016 thing. April 14th, Kendrick Lamar's album Damn releases. And now April 22nd, a company called Samurai Buyer, you may have heard of it through the iDubbbz unboxing videos. Well, basically, they screwed over one of their employees, and me talking about it put some remnant of life back in my channel at a very much needed point. Throughout this month, the Daddy05 situation kind of unfolded, with abusive parents running a YouTube channel, abusing their kids. Wonderful. And a man was dragged off a United Airlines flight. Cheery month, this one. And now my videos started to get together in April. They still weren't good. He broke the rules of the company by sharing. And now that Samurai Buyer video, I'm so grateful for, because if it weren't for that video, after 4 months of consecutively losing subscribers, I don't think I could have gone much longer. Smile and wave goodbye every time. In May, we had the mocking SpongeBob meme. This Redbone meme. I'm not sure where it came from.
daylight. I wake up feeling like you won't play right. I used to know, but now that shit don't feel right.
I'm not sure why it was a meme, but we had it. And then we had fidget spinners. Boy, do I love them. They're great. They didn't overstay their welcome at all, and all the videos about them were just so good. And then the world was genuinely blessed with this picture of world leaders around a glowing orb. It's the most terrifying thing I've ever seen, and I love it.
Y'all can't handle this. Y'all don't know what's about to happen, baby. Team 10, Los Angeles, Cali boy.
And now this video was probably the biggest YouTube event of 2017. That's a depressing thing to say. It was because of this, it seems, that Jake Paul, Logan Paul, Lance Stewart, and Lele Pons, to an extent, kind of got the spotlight as being a part of the Viner invasion of YouTube. It's downhill from here. And meanwhile, for me, May was the month I got a little too close to the camera.
Smile and wave goodbye every time.
It was around the beginning of June that Derv got terminated. Thank you, mate. There was the Snapchat hot dog meme. Logan Paul made a diss track on his brother, and this would go on to make a trend of fake drama just for views, with Sidemen and KSI, Morgs, and his own mum. There was a bear that looked like it was sweating. That was pretty funny. And now June was the point where I can watch one of my videos, right, without feeling the urge to jump off the nearest building. They were kind of reaching a point where they weren't the absolute worst. Absolute miracle. Although my channel was absolutely dead, not many views at all per video, there even came a point where I uploaded a video called Q&A, I think, with a picture of a sausage sandwich as the thumbnail, and one of the tags was, I think my channel might be dead.
Smile and wave goodbye every time.
In July, nothing happened. Buzz Aldrin made a funny face about Donald Trump. White Walkers from Game of Thrones walked around London or something. And then Jake Paul did a dab on the news. Just awesome month.
Smile and wave goodbye every time.
Now in August, KSI used his vast wisdom gained from his 4-month hiatus of learning to call someone fat.
Ethan looking bigger, I can see them.
And call someone's dad a weirdo.
Your dad is a weirdo.
Awesome. On the 21st, the full solar eclipse happened. Pretty cool. And Donald Trump looks directly at sun. National headline. On the 23rd, H3 announced that they have won the lawsuit that's been bothering them for over a year at this point, I think. And now this whole thing kind of seems to have set a precedent for fair use on YouTube, which is cool. It's progress. So, good to see. On the 26th, the Mayweather vs. McGregor fight went down. No one was surprised by the outcome, but like, they got paid. One day later, the distracted boyfriend meme peaks, according to Google Trends. And now on the 29th of August, history was made. Fire in the Booth, MC Quakes, and Roadman Shaq. It was a pretty big thing. This month, nothing much happened for me. I just reacted to 9 diss tracks at the same time. I don't know why.
Smile and wave goodbye every time.
It releases. PewDiePie does it again. Oh, PewDiePie. The Emoji Movie releases. It's a pretty epic movie. That's a quote by Albert Einstein. On the 17th, this video came out. It was followed by PewDiePie's video and then Pyro's video on it. And these were around the peak of the Rick and Morty Pickle Rick high IQ meme. So that's all that bundled into one. The CEO of YouTube, Susan Wojcicki, makes a channel. She releases 2 videos on it and is promptly bullied off of the face of YouTube. Wonderful. Obviously, the Rick and Morty thing boosted my channel, made me not completely dead, which was pretty good.
Smile and wave goodbye every time.
In October, we had this incredible encounter.
I mean, come on. Matching shoes, that's dope.
What are some of your sneaker turnoffs, though?
You know what? I'm cool with it, and I don't mind dirty sneakers, but they better be fresh, you know? If Homeboy's coming through with these, it's quiet. Yeah, no, it's quiet for him. But like if he comes through in like these, you got some Air Maxes out here, you got some Jordans, Homeboy's gonna like, get it.
Content Cop Jake Paul, which ended up being Rice Gum, came out. Harvey Weinstein. Yeah. The whole McDonald's Szechuan, I still can't say it. The whole McDonald's sauce thing happened. As always, I was the first to it. It was also in this month, my first Reddit video. And it was also in this month, Bitcoin reached 6,000.
Smile and wave goodbye every time.
The dog petting meme happened. Australia voted yes to same-sex marriage. On the 16th, Boston Dynamics uploaded a video called What's New Atlas? Atlas being their robot. And, it does a backflip. Yeah, humanity, this is it. We're done for. Bye. Twitter doubled their character limit, then Kevin Spacey and Louis C.K. Yep. Bitcoin reaches $8,200 US. I didn't invest a cent.
Smile and wave goodbye every time.
In December, we had Litmus, we had a Zootopia abortion comic, net neutrality was repealed, awesome. The Last Jedi releases, not a smash hit with the fans, at all. And Bitcoin, it reaches 19,000. Anyway, there we go, the year of Jake Paul and fidget spinners. Good year. All memes aside, all jokes about, oh, it's a terrible year, aside. It was a year in which I did experience a lot of growth in my channel and as a creator. Now, 2017 for me, I'm just talking my perspective here, has been an alright year. You see, I began the year just terrified in front of a camera, never sure what to say, and videos weren't too good. I began with just the most terrible, janky setup, like my tripod was on 2 shoe boxes and a wireless speaker box, and the lights were just the worst. In this tiny room, it was awful. It was just the worst. And for the first like 4 months, my channel was just going down and down. I hit 30,000 subscribers and then immediately lost it and just went down to like 28 or something. It was not good. It was very demotivating, and there were points where I just wanted to throw in the towel and quit. It sounds corny as hell, but through perseverance, in these couple months in particular, I have found kind of a bit more who I am, what I am on YouTube, if that makes sense. And that feels so good to finally have some kind of place, to finally have some kind of momentum. It's just such an improvement over late 2016. And I know all of this sounds cheesy as hell and sounds just completely like fluff and like it has no meaning, but it does. And thank you guys for being there. It does sound cheesy. Overall, I enjoyed my 2017, and here's to an even better 20... Perhaps it's misplaced optimism, perhaps it's just me being naive, and it's all just gonna go away in a matter of months, but I have high hopes, and I hope you do too. 100k in January. Let's do it. As always, if you would go follow me on Twitter and Instagram, that would be fantastic. And my patrons, I know I have said it to absolute death now, but there were points where my patrons like actually saved my ass. Like my phone bill, I would not have been able to pay at some points. I'm a bit better off now, thankfully, but I do truly appreciate you guys. It does mean a lot. And without further ado, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Some guy says it not too late, my friend, to get up and try again. I'll stand right here while you walk to face the end as the skies clear up again.
This is for Slazo.